Renee from Bargain Hunter Thrift Store here, and just like Casey said, it finally happened. We did 100 videos, and for 100 videos we've been talking about starting a knowledge base. We want to share information with you and help people how to make money. This guy's been buying and selling and picking for like 585 years. Plus I've been doing it for like 30 years. So that's 615 years worth of knowledge between the two of us.
That's right.
That's right, and he's like the wizard here and everything. So we're going to start a new series. This is episode 1, so we got to tell them what it's about. Just relax. I know it's a long intro.
Well, no, it's not too long. Actually, it's CDs. We want to talk about CDs.
Actually, we want to talk about knowledge. How can you make money? So the whole point of this video is everybody goes to thrift stores. And everybody knows comics and video games, and everybody knows a little bit things. But the way me and him make money, especially when we were picking, we would just go ahead. We know a little bit about everything. So we can go in the store and we pick up CDs that make money. We can take a kitchen appliance that makes money. We can look for jewelry. We can look for comics. We know how to identify sterling. We know about vintage t-shirts. We know about dolls. We know about toys. We know about Native American stuff, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. As you see in the video down below, this is episode number 1. So that's going to be a lot of videos. So go through the different videos. And every video, we're going to teach you a little bit about something else. Now, for some of you experts out there, we're going to cover different things that might seem really simple to you. Like video number 2 is probably going to be how to identify sterling. But this series is not just geared towards the expert picker, but it's also geared towards the novice picker. A novice picker might not know how to identify silver. The very first video is something that a lot of people don't know about. Why don't you tell me what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, CDs. We want to keep it simple, so you can just go in any thrift store, any store, whatever is your pleasure, wherever you want to go, and spot things on the shelf. We don't want to go in detail in variations of colors or that sort. Just simple CDs. CDs people give away at the moment. Nobody wants them with all the streaming, with all the iTunes. Nobody's into CDs anymore. Everybody's in vinyl again, but no CDs. So you can get them real cheap. But there are CDs that are rare. In 1981, when CDs were released, there were only 2 plants in the world. One in Japan and one in Germany who printed CDs. They had no capabilities. They just did the sound. They had no capabilities to put pictures on those CDs. Now, what they did is they used a pattern which is called Target. This CD is called a Target CD. Every CD would look like this. Of course, there are color variations. So some are pink, some are blue, some are different colors.
Stop it. This is like the most official I've ever heard you talk. I'm thinking like it's like BBS. What we have with the crumbs with the tea is our Target CD.
What?
Crack me up.
Oh, okay.
This is Bargain Hunter.
So these are the CDs that crack people up who don't know what they're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. Target CDs.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Okay. Fair question. Answer for our YouTube viewership. Whose collection do these CDs come from?
Mine.
The Target CDs?
Yours.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So he collects Target CDs. I have a ton of them. I go in the store. Real easy to spot a Target CD without opening the case. It's called a smooth case. If you look at this is a new case. Somebody replaced it meanwhile. But in 1981 to 85, when these CDs came to the market, they only had a smooth case. There is none of those ripples here. And so people call it smooth case. So now if you're in a store, you just look for that smooth edge and boom, you have a Target, unless somebody replaced it.
This is a smooth case right here?
This is a smooth case, this is a smooth case, and this is a case of today or after 1985.
Don't worry about close-up. We're going to film a whole section of close-ups.
And then different colors. So it's called a Target CD because that looks like a Target. And people buy it because back then, nobody would compress additional. They would take the master tape and press it right on CD, which is today considered audiophile or better sounding than on all the new CDs, which are all overcompressed for an audiophile ear, like MP3 files or something like that.
So what's some of our higher priced Target CDs?
Those Target CDs, they go really from $5 up to $100 and $200, depends the rarity. There are 400 copies in existence. If you count all the variations, then it's 700 copies. But 400 different Target CDs were released. The first one is Billy Joel, 52nd Street, and the last one is Phil Collins. I forgot the album title, but it's a Phil Collins. That's the last one and most common one.
What's the most valuable one?
You know, I don't know which at the
What's
moment.
an expensive one?
Yeah, I don't know which one, but there are some that are very rare.
Like?
And just look it up online, you know.
All right, go to eBay, go Target, see highest search price.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Don't watch
two
this
experts.
video.
We don't know.
If you would like to have it confirmed by the experts, we don't know either. But
Thanks for tuning in.
yeah, very much so.
Do we have mobile fidelity?
This is not a quick rich scheme. I mean,
Get rich quick.
Get rich quick. It's gonna take at least 2 days.
Mobile fidelity. I love these. I got a whole bunch.
MFSL is a label. Now we're gonna go into different labels. There are labels that were audiophile in the earlier days, and even today. One is Chesky Records. One is Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. They started on vinyl. They started doing cassettes, and of course they went to CD. Another one is DCC. What they do is they use gold disc, which is supposed to be better. I mean, I'm not going to charge that, but they were all much more, about double the price than a regular CD. And some of them are 24-bit, some of them are still 16-bit. They had silver ones and gold ones. But this is always something to look for, and they're easy to spot. The album cover always looks like this, black with the gold, says original Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, and then you have the actual album cover, whatever's on there, in the middle. But if you see this, you know that's a Mobile Fidelity, and the UCD or MFSL on the spine, you also can recognize in a thrift store right away. You're dealing with a Mobile Fidelity.
Now, on these mobile fidelity, didn't they also have silver versions? Where
That's what I just said. They started with silver
Okay.
and then gold. So the first ones, the gold is supposed to be better quality. You know, I mean, you can argue about that. I don't know it, but we are interested in the value. All those CDs are at least $20 each, I would say, if they are in good condition. And then some are rare and $200, $300.
Now, on this CD right here, I picked many times. So, you know, we buy storage units, we go to the States. I've been many times to the swap meet where a storage buyer bought these CDs in the locker, and he doesn't know, and he's like, all CDs are $2. And you go through, and, you know, the thing to look for right here, the MFSL, that gives it away right away. I think my dad showed it. But when you look through a box of CDs, look in the right-hand corner, you can spot this quick. Buy any of these CDs, up to $10. I think Pink Floyd, The Wall goes for a couple $100. Now, I didn't check the latest prices, and the prices fluctuate like everything. But if you put that CD, you buy it, you put it aside. Number one, you can make money instantly. So for you picking, you find 5, 6 of the CDs. You might have just made $200-300. There's some CDs that are like $1,000. So
estate sales very good for that as well, because sometimes people who collect those, they know all about it like we do. But when they pass away, the relatives, some of the time, they don't know that there's a difference in their CD collection. And sometimes you find those also at estate sales for $1 each.
And also keep in mind that when you find these sealed, which I've done in the past, when you find them sealed, that immediately the value can go up like 10 times.
10 times, yeah. If this is $30 regular, it's probably $250 sealed.
Exactly. So that's something you definitely want to pay attention when picking. And Mobile Fidelity CDs, and they also actually have this for vinyl. They do Mobile Fidelity vinyl. You see it, just buy it. I mean, take a chance. You're going to make a lot of money on it.
And I want to show very short the difference in labels. Now, everybody knows this album. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, one of the most sold records ever. And many people claim this is the best sounding rock and roll record ever produced. So anyways, now today we have him on Capitol. In many different versions, remastered versions, which I don't consider have any value or buying. What I buy is the 1973 version from the UK, where Pink Floyd was signed on Harvest, the Harvest label, which I consider is the best sounding copy of this album, and it's made in the UK, and on top you see Harvest, which is the label. That's the album to pick up, and it's always good for $20. And then, of course, you also have the Mobile Fidelity, which should be the best sounding, but you know, you can argue about that. I think the Harvest is sounding best.
Do you know top of your head what the Dark Side of the Moon Mobile Fidelity goes for?
Not a lot, probably $15, because it's the most common.
Really?
Yeah, it's the most common. This is the wrong case, it's not the flip.
Will you take $15 for it?
Yeah, I'll take 15.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll put it in my collection. All right.
Right.
All right. I got all the other Pink Floyd, The Wall, and what's the other one I have?
I don't know which
That-
ones you have.
the-
I have all of them.
I have The Wall, and the third one I have is really rare.
Yeah, there's lots of But here is a really, really rare label. The first ISO, which is, it's called the Red label, and this is very, very hard to find. And some of those are several $100s. There's Saturday Night Live, for instance, and then there is the Eric Clapton copy. So I just want to touch it a little bit, and you can research more online. But this is definitely something to look for. If you open the case and you see that Red label, buy the CD no matter what.
And also what helps you look at RSO, it kind of sticks out pretty good. So if you have a box of CDs, you go to yard sale, that tell you $2 CDs, RSO really sticks out. So if you see red, kind of go check it out.
Yes, then SACDs, Super Audio CDs.
You find a lot of those in Canada, a lot of fans in Canada, and you find them all the time.
They sell well, they're all elevated price, they're all 24-bit, they're all available. You just need to look for a real easy to spot is the case is rounded on the corners. This is an SACD case. Some people use it for something else, but most of the time you find an SACD, or sometimes it says DSD on the CD, like on this copy of a Rolling Stones album. It says DSD, same thing, 24-bit, and this is also an SACD, and it is on Chesky Records. Chesky Records is a great label which recorded with tube microphones, tube gear, and is great sounding, is one of my favorite labels. If we come to label...
Hold on 1 second. What kind of prices are we talking about these?
These are 20 to 25. Also depends on the titles. You know, some classic rock titles sell better than if you have an easy listening, you know, like a Bird Came for the...
But this is why you want to pay attention, and that's why we do this series. We're trying to help people that go to yard sales, estate sales, picking, or even storage buyers, because most likely... So let's say you find a CD where they were really into those CDs, okay? You're not... Most of the time, you're not going to find one CD unless they bought it somewhere else, they just happen to pick out one CD. If somebody's really into that sound or the Chesky recording, they probably have a collection of them. So if you go in an estate sale, let's say all the CDs are $3, and they got 20 of these Chesky CDs.
I'll buy anywhere. I don't need to look it up.
We're not trying to buy, we're just trying to teach. They want to buy and they want to sell.
No, that's what I mean. If I'm going to come to the estate sale, I'll buy in. If it says Chesky, I'll buy it. No matter what's on there.
So you walk in the right estate sale where a guy had, you know, he passed away unfortunately, and the liquidator or the family doesn't know, and they're just $2-3 a CD. You pick up 20 or 30 of these, and let's say they bring $25 on average on eBay, and it takes you an hour to list 25 CDs with pictures.
Nice money.
You just made $500-600
nice
for
money.
You know, the whole thing. These ship easy, bubble envelope, and then every CD. So like the average price is $20.50. And then, like on the Mobile Fidelity, there's an Elton John album. That's like $1,000. It's like...
Yeah, well, your Mobile Fidelity made huge box sets from the Rolling Stones, from the Beatles, and others. And those are those are in the $1,000 range, $700 to $1,000 range.
I know a guy that was actually in LA, and they found these Mobile Fidelity. Actually, you know, it might have been Heston. He didn't know, and he noticed there were better CDs, and he was selling them for $5 a piece. And don't quote me, it might have not been him, but for some reason... And he had a lot of them. I think he told me the story. He didn't know. Or, you know, actually, you know what? Okay, let me take this back. So I know one guy that bought storage units. I just remember the story. And he knew about the Mobile Fidelity CDs, and he put them at $5 a piece. And he told me, he's like, oh, we sold all the CDs the first day. I'm like, yeah, you probably sold $5,000 worth of CDs. So this guy had a whole collection. Hesta one time bought a storage unit with over 120 of these in there, but he looked them up, and luckily, and he put them all on eBay. So the difference is, if you're watching this as a storage buy and you don't do your research and you put them out there $2 a piece,
you lose money.
You make $120, $240. You do your research, you put them all on eBay. Those same 120 CDs probably going to bring you back anywhere from $3,500 to $8,000. So when you put that in perspective of what you're trying to make a month and how good a storage unit is, this knowledge is power, and that's exactly why you want to subscribe to our channel right now. You know, as a matter of fact, as you watch this video, click the button right now, subscribe, give us a like because you appreciate the information, give us a feedback if you have more tips for us, and that's why you want to watch this channel.
Only give us feedback if you like it, though.
No, they can give us feedback if they suck too. We got a lot of weird feedback.
Nah.
Yeah. So, how do you guys like my? You know, that's the question for the video. How do you like the hair? The rock and roll rock star look. Yes. You're not supposed to wait. This is just. You know, 98% or 92% of our audience is male, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Hi guys.
So anyway, YouTube analytics. So this little knowledge, so we're going to have a whole series. It's going to be numbered. Like the more you know, you walk into a house, and maybe they don't have this, but maybe they have the next video. So we're going to keep on giving you knowledge. All right, keep on going. What else we got?
Labels, like I said, Chesky Records, for instance, you almost can be sure that the quality is good and that the music is good, because they don't record anything that wouldn't be worth listening to for audiophile people, or for people just, you don't have to be audiophile, just enjoy music. Here's a couple other labels I would like to show, which is one is called Alligator Records. Very, very well known for, not this one, these two, very well known for their blues recordings. Some jazz, but mostly blues. Some of those on Alligator Records are just incredible sounding tracks and worth to buy all the time. And they're at least $5. They're not like really expensive. Some of them are, but not really. But at least it's a good CD. So if you can get it for $1, I'll buy it. Each and every one I see for $1. And another label worth mentioning is Blue Note, which vinyl collectors know that, and it's the same on CD. Blue Note is a top jazz label, and everything recorded on Blue Note is always good. It's always good sound quality, great artists, old artists, stuff you want to have in your collection, and stuff that will always sell. I do believe CDs will come back one day, just like vinyl does, because many people, when they collect, you like to have something physical. You don't want it just on a file or on a phone, or
It's the experience, having your friends over, look at the record. Same thing as with vinyl. And already, the last year in our store really noticed. A couple of years ago, our CD sales really slowed down. Nobody was buying them unless we got like a Beatles or Rolling Stones. So we just got a big CD collection of 8,000 CDs. We put out 4,000 at $3 a piece, 4 for $10. Some name brand, but a lot of offbeat stuff that more collectors would buy. And believe it or not, we sold about 60 or 70% of that collection at that price, and then we liquidated the rest. So CDs are coming back. The last year CDs are like skyrocketing. And cassette tapes, that's going to be another video maybe.
Oh yeah, that's analog cassette tapes. Yeah, we make another video of that.
We sell videos, cassette tapes for $3 a tape now, and people buy them. If it's good known music, can't keep it in stock.
Because it's analog and it sounds better. Now, I mentioned at the beginning the Target label, the Target CDs. There's a few other ones. One is the Vertigo. On Vertigo, it's called the Swirl, a red swirl, which is also original master tapes, just not their records. You'll learn more if you research on that. We want to keep it simple. I don't want to go into details, but that's a label to look for. And then let me see what this is. Yeah, that's the cheapest Mercury from the early ones. But always, if I can get it for $1, I pick it up. Those are the early ones. There were no pictures, nothing. Every CD would look the same back then in 1981. And to finish the labels, there is the green arrow. We put a picture in the editing, maybe in post.
Now let's slow down so we know. So the green arrow, we don't have the CD here.
Mercury.
I'm going to do a picture right now. Okay, so you see the picture. No, subscribe button is down below.
Subscribe button.
Yeah, right now. Picture here.
This one, picture here.
And yeah, we need a green screen. We can go like, hey.
Yeah.
But so now the green arrow, that's such a rare CD.
We don't need a green screen because we always cover the background pretty well. So, anyways, Mercury.
No, we were talking about the green arrow.
The green arrow, that's Mercury, yes.
Okay.
The green, there's a CD called Green Arrow. The most valuable from those oddities in the labels, in the early labels, and it's on Mercury, and they are all at least $100, if not most of them are $200. Any green arrow, look at the picture, learn that you need to know this. If you see this, you win. You already made your day. I mean, if you're like me, I don't need a lot. So, but there's another one of my favorites. I mean.
Where's this wrapped?
First, yeah, it's wrapped so good, see, because this...
Let me go die for a second, I'll be right back, you continue.
This is one of my favorite bands, and one of my very valuable CDs. So they want... I don't know if they get it, I never looked in complete, but I know
it's
they
valuable,
sell
let me hold it. You hold all my valuable stuff.
That's one of my favorite CDs. Most people want $200 online, and it's called a Blue Swirl label, which looks like this. And
ooh, I don't have one of those in my
this
collection.
is Dire Straits. Yeah, you don't see.
You want to give it to
There's
me?
a reason for that. It is on Vertigo, and was also the first ones, and they are imports, of course. and I collect anything. If I see Dire Straits, then I buy it. And of course, I bought this. This actually, I must admit, I did not find for $1. I paid quite a bit of money for it.
How much you pay?
You know, I don't remember, but I think I got it reasonable. I paid like $50 or so.
If you paid $50, it's worth like 500.
Yeah. No, it's not. But it's most people want 200. But Blue Swirl on Vertigo. You can go in, you know, up to this day, while we're shooting this video, there is dozens of CD stores or vinyl stores who have CDs in the corner because they hate them now because they don't generate money. The square footage for CDs is humongous and they bring
But that's changing.
Yes, that is changing, but still they don't know about a Blue Swirl. Most of them, sometimes I go in a store and ask them if they have Target CDs, and about 50% they say, I don't know what that is, you know, and I don't tell them because I don't want to educate them, but we will educate you. So,
hey, if he comes to your yard sale and he buys a CD, you sold it too cheap.
there is some people who will say, if Gunther comes in and he pays sticker, check it before you sell it to him.
Well, so like I'd give you a story because when people get to know that you pick and when people get to know you have knowledge, and I guess this kind of ties in with the series, they're always like, uh-oh. Like even on the swap meet, if I ask the price, you can bet your butt that it's double what they told the last guy. So I'll tell you a really quick story. One of my best friends, Mark Converse, he's a storage buyer just as big as us. He did an episode of Storage Wars. Good guy, lots of knowledge and stuff like this. And when I still did the swap meet like 6-7 years ago, we always used to be in the morning. We kind of used to sit around, talk about what we bought, what we found, how guys are setting up, we're setting up. You know, we always have like our morning coffee, and then we hit the day, which was usually $14.50 now a day. And there's this one short Persian guy. He was from Iran. He's like the cheapest guy you've ever met. Yeah, and you know, I'm not knocking it. That's just how it was. It was a pickup. The cheapest guy ever. He would always try to get Persian rugs, and you know, you ask $100, he'll offer you $5, $10. You know, like he buys nothing. If he bought something from you, you probably sold it way too cheap. He was a reseller too. So one time we're all sitting around, we're drinking our coffee, eating a donut. It's cold, and Mark bought this killer estate. Like everything's kind of antiques, old stuff, and this big Persian rug comes out, and the guy staring at him. He's like, "Hey, how much do you want?" He's like, and you know, he's just like, he's like, you know. He doesn't spend money. He's usually a lot more trouble than spending money. So Mark looks at him. He's like, $500. The guy's like, 500, like instantly. Oops. Everybody just looked at Mark, and he looked at us. And he's like, yeah, I messed up. Then I'm like, if he gave you $500, he probably just sold a $50,000 rug. So
Yeah.
But it happens. That's why you want to watch the videos again. That's why you want to hit subscribe right now, because the more knowledge you get, the more money you make. That's the thing. You don't have to be an expert on anything. But do
your homework. You need to have a little bit of an advantage about other people. That's all you need.
Yeah, and that will make you money. Let's show a couple more things. Let's finish up this video.
Okay, I do it real fast. When CDs came out, up to the early 90s, I think, they had what we call now a long box. Long boxes are all collectible. That's at least $20 no matter what CD is in there. And this is sealed, so it's even more. So if you see a CD, see the CD is in there, in a long box, they had it on the shelf at Tower Records, you know. If you see this, buy it, always buy it. And most people sell it for $1 as well. Then,
also, by the way, there's people that will only collect the boxes. What do most of these long boxes go for now? If it's a sealed
it really depends what album is in there. But, you know, they go from 20 to 250 and up if you have a real rare one. You know.
Also, for guys that collect video games, in the early PlayStation release, they used to do the very first games. They used to do them on long boxes. And some of those games, 3-4 times the value of the regular games.
And there's also Mobile Fidelity, which is again black with the gold stripes. And they also started on long boxes.
Buy long boxes.
Then, CD videos. Those are CDs which also have a video track on there. Always collectible. This is Dire Straits. I forgot how much. It's at least $60, this one. But don't quote me on. I didn't look it up for a long time. I have it many years. But it's a gold disc. This has songs on there, audio tracks and video tracks.
Best song ever, Sultans of Swing.
Yeah, Sultans of Swing.
I can play that.
And then you can look, of course, you know, there's Japanese copies and mini discs, these kinds of things. And then there's also CDs where I'm playing on. There's two 2 of them.
This video is about valuable CDs.
Yeah, that's very valuable. It has a sentimental valuable.
Let me see.
Are you on the cover? Or?
Schenker Pads
I'm
and
on the
power
cover.
trip. Well, he's too hairy. You can see nothing. It's just like
Yeah.
his cousin Ed.
Yeah, so that's a Michael Schenker record I'm playing on. You always pick that up if you see it for full price. And then there's a Kevin DeBro record, In for the Kill. I'm playing bass on that also. So
Quite right.
there's more. Next time we show you more. In case you
But
want to
this
see
is
it.
supposed to be about how they can make money.
Yeah, I know. This is just a little side. It's free. It's the bonus track to this video. So I think we got it. I think we got everything pretty much covered. Of course, there's 1,000 more things. But this will get you started. If you watch this video 3-4 times and try to remember, you know, what to look for in a store or in a thrift store or on a garage sale, on an estate sale, auction, wherever you go, I guarantee you will find stuff, because many people do not pay attention to that yet. They will. And once they do, you can't make money anymore. Now you can.
Also, you know, things you want to look for that we didn't show in this video, like classical music. Most people say it's junk. But if you see labels like Telefunken,
Deutsche Grammophon.
Deutsches Grammophon.
Yeah.
I was at an auction. I didn't even want to buy. It was an estate type of auction.
London.
Yeah, London is some good. London
Yeah.
is so, but you want a lot of classical stuff is super high. Number one, they don't sell that much to begin with, and the people at Audiophile are really in classical. They're looking for really good recordings of that. And I was at an auction. We bought like 400 CDs, and I think I paid like $80 for the whole lot because it's all classical. Nobody wanted it.
It's the same like classic rock. You know, in classical music, you want to pay attention to the conductors, Herbert von Karajan,
Just
or
need the labels. If
Leonard Bernstein.
If you
and
find
the
it on
labels,
Deutsches Grammophon and Telefunken, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And that $80 I spent, I think it brought us back like $10,000 over 2 years. So it doesn't sell as fast as classical rock, but there's a lot of people that specialize in it, and the people that are really into classical, I mean, usually have money
At the
available.
beginning, even when CDs were popular, before all the downloading stuff, the classical CD always was double the money. Then a regular rock CD, $15. Deutsche Grammophon at Tower Records was $35. They always were much more expensive at the beginning already.
Different target audience. No, what's the...
You need a cigarette?
No.
Okay.
What's the most important thing they should do in this video?
Subscribe.
Finally, somebody answered the question. Nobody ever answered that question.
Okay.
I asked Tatiana, I asked Casey, everybody I've asked them, like, eat a donut? Which is a good answer, but it's not the answer. Subscribe right down below. If you guys like this type of video and you want us to share more information, let us know. We will do it. If you want my... Man, this cough. If you want my dad to
My
come...
name is not Amanda.
No, it's not. I know it's not that.
You just said Amanda.
I said Amanda's cough.
Oh.
If you want my dad to come on more videos, let us know. So, and then we'll do videos with Tatiana. We'll do videos with Casey, the Team Bargain Hunters. We really appreciate all your support. Let us know what you think about his hair. Let us know if you want more videos. If you like this, make sure to subscribe.
Most important, let us know if you found something we just showed you and you made a killing on it.
Yes.
That's what we really want to hear. We want you to succeed.
Yeah, share your
how we
success
are.
stories. If you have success stories and previously, let us know. If
Yeah.
you have success stories because of this video, that's even better to know. And also,
Right.
if you
And
pick,
if you didn't pay attention and you don't know, sell us your CDs.
yeah, we'll buy Mobile Fidelity.
Yeah.
$2 a piece.
That's it.
And
I
also,
can see.
if you like these type of videos and you pick and you want to share some of your knowledge, leave a comment below. Say, hey, Renee, why don't you do a video on Star Wars figures, or Budweiser steins, or Jim Beam bottles, or whatever you
I'm
want
an
to
expert on Jim Beam bottles, actually.
Yeah.
I only have empty ones, though.
I mean, like the nice ones, the decanters.
They're all nice.
Yeah.
Trust me. Especially if you drink half of it. Very nice.
Actually kills the value. Do not open the seal. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
So,
Depends what you define value.
anyway, so if you have tips on videos we should do, let us know. And most important, be interactive. If you like this channel and you want to see this channel grow, hit that like button, hit the share button, leave us a comment. The more you interact, the better it is. The better it is for us. The more videos we'll do because we like interaction. And when we hit 10,000 subscriber count, we're gonna give away some more T-shirts. If you got our T-shirts, this is over the holidays, so they're about to get sent out. So anyway, thank you for watching. Tune into Bargain Hunter Thrift Store. That's my dad, Gunter, the hairy one.
Thank you very much.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Down there, over there, there.